Sometimes accidents turn into surprise blessings. You are listening to The Cave House by the Sea, a soothing story for sleep set in a luxurious cave house overlooking the ocean. Learn about its origins before arriving at the quiet getaway where the sound of crashing surf and saltwater air whisk you away on a pleasant sensory experience. Watch a humpback whale breach the pristine water at sunset from the wraparound balcony. Stargaze from a natural stone pool fed by a waterfall, overlooking the glittering waves and a fire pit. As sleepiness takes hold, you retreat to the magical dwelling that offers the most comfortable, protective bedroom suite you may have ever encountered. The distant ocean sounds whisper you to sleep. It's time to dream away. Welcome to Michelle's Sanctuary. I am Michelle, and as you listen, you may think of me as your encouraging counterpart and trusted friend. Let me reconnect you with your imaginative side, so you may seamlessly fade into a night of healing dreams. Set the tone for the night about to unfold, where the physical world is replaced with a limitless dreamscape. Don't hold yourself back as you indulge in this journey, as every sleep story helps you learn more about yourself. Customize as you like, and feel free to drift to sleep at any point. Celebrate making it through another day and this time that is just for you. Settle into the sanctuary of your room and mind, fully aware of how supportive both may be as your breath slows down. Enjoy this brief meditation before the story begins, to let go of any lingering thoughts about today or tomorrow. Focus on the beautiful now, keeping in mind all the times you longed to be safe and cozy in bed, and now you are. Embrace every bit of softness the night holds, letting your belly relax as you let out an audible sigh. Imagine the air of your room transforms with the salty notes of the ocean, the hint of wood smoke from burning logs in a fire pit, and the smell of lemongrass candles. Inhale the cool, healing air through your nose as your body expands, welcoming a sense of lightness that brings feelings of hope and endless possibilities. When your lungs reach their greatest capacity, open your mouth, yawn or sigh, or maybe even both if that feels okay. Continue with 2 more rounds of conscious breaths like this, as you focus on winding down and feeling good. Inhale deeply, letting the essence of the cave house by the sea permeate your room. Release any pressure or expectations. The scent of jasmine mingles with the sultry perfume of the coastline, strangely rejuvenating and tranquilizing at the same time. With each deep inhale, perhaps yawning and sighing, your body grows heavier and your mind more adaptable to pleasurable ideas. surrender to the peace within and the connection to the world your imagination creates within the haven of your inner world. More relaxed and serene than moments ago, it's time we venture to the cave house. Nearly 2 centuries ago, a brave and hardworking man found himself struggling against the weight of his own anxiety. It certainly wasn't talked about back then, when merely surviving was quite hard enough for the pioneering souls who ventured west. And it wasn't something he could outthink either. All that overthinking is what caused him to freeze up and lose all rational thought and the ability to function in the first place. But determined to succeed, as many men were at the time, he seized every opportunity that came his way, only to have his overthinking lead to avoidable accidents. Each misstep eroded his confidence, but none were as catastrophic as the day a mishap with dynamite blew out the part of a remote mountainside by the Pacific. No living being was harmed, but the shakeup was life-changing. The company that hired him deemed the site useless and abandoned him to pay off the damaged land. If he hadn't been so quick to blame himself, he may have realized that the accident wasn't entirely his fault and may have been set up in a way for the company to benefit. But in his moment of shame, he faced a daunting debt. With limited options, he took on whatever work he could find, often performing tasks far beneath his capabilities, but manageable despite his lingering anxiety. He toiled tirelessly, feeling the weight of his mistake with every passing day, until he met a young, brazen woman, patient and kind, who fell in love with a malformed cliff where he camped out each night beneath the stars, the glittering ocean in the near distance. She understood being an outcast like no other. An independent, educated woman who ventured west to explore and learn everything she could. She was definitely not celebrated by society at the time. She was resourceful, cunning, and generous, and her very presence brought him peace. She had a vision for the cavernous hole, always a dreamer. She shared her ideas each night over dwindling embers, speaking of cave homes on the islands of Greece that she read about. For the next decade, the cave house was built and improved upon as technology gave way to new possibilities, and the couple fell in love as they created their imaginative refuge together. The man's anxiety lessened significantly when he no longer had to suppress or outthink it, and his trust in her vision awakened his underutilized talents as he became motivated by passion. The cave house would become a magical getaway transformed into an enviable vacation home in the 20th century. For nearly 2 centuries, it retained the essence of its founders. With a rock fountain near the entrance, engraved with the words, "Happy is the man who can endure the highest and the lowest fortune, he who, like the rock in the sea, remains unmoved by the waves." Seneca. The cave house would become a symbol of how unexpected accidents could turn into surprise blessings, offering a serene escape and a reminder that sometimes the seemingly worst things that happen can lead to something divine. Without knowing the distant future, one can never quite fully know if an accident is a gift or a curse. But given how many eras of comfort the cave house offered, it was arguably a blessing. Your journey to this unique dwelling begins the moment you are dropped off at a weathered pier, where local fishermen gather before dawn and stay just beyond twilight. Sunset cruises take off from the pier as afternoon fishing expeditions return. Perhaps you travel solo, or perhaps you have a dear pet companion or loved one by your side. With a small travel bag on your shoulder, you step onto the quiet beach and remove your shoes. What a welcome relief it is to wander by foot, free of the constraints of travel by vehicle, bus, or any other vessel that causes one to sit for far too long. Your muscles find relief as they stretch, and your bare feet sink slightly into the cool, damp sand. The fisherman's day is nearly done. As the sun lowers toward the horizon of glittering sapphire waves, the tide recedes, leaving small pools in the footprints you've left behind you. The music of the waves crashing against the shore resonates with a deeply felt welcome, one that reverberates into your bones with its offering of peace, as your muscles experience an instant release. The ocean's persistent sound urges away any thoughts in your mind, filling it instead with a soothing white noise and a reminder of the ocean's magnificence and power. One walk along the shoreline is enough to change the direction of life entirely, as a person is left to question what really matters to them. The sparkling blue canvas, with its soft ivory crests, awakens you to all that's possible, to inner yearnings and long-buried dreams that rise to the surface to meet the sun's reflections. This walk is merely the start of a transformative night, sought at a time when you truly need and desire serenity. As you meander around an inlet, You see the winding stairs that lead to the cave house. Small crabs scuttle away as you approach, and seabirds call to each other from above, their silhouettes stark against the increasingly vibrant and colorful sky. You feel the gentle tug of the sand beneath your feet as water filters through your toes and the sea breeze meets your skin. And in this moment, you imagine the young couple long ago building the home of their dreams, thanks to a string of so-called mistakes. The sun becomes a fiery orange orb when you approach the staircase that leads to your haven, the cave house. The stone steps are carved into the cliffside, curving their way to a wraparound deck made from local lumber. Lights dangle from the balcony rails, twinkling and dancing in the sunset breeze. You ascend the stairs, one at a time, taking in deep breaths and savoring the misty saltwater air. It's hard to imagine the love and labor that went into creating this original home, but it's a shining example of what the human spirit is capable of when enlivened by a passionate vision and a strong desire to right a perceived wrong. Wild horses run in the surf as you reach the balcony where a table has been set in anticipation of your arrival. A crystal goblet is filled with pieces of your favorite fresh fruit and crushed ice, with a refreshing sparkling beverage. You settle in a cushioned wicker seat that offers panoramic views of the mountains and sea. Place your bag on a neighboring chair. The cushions mold around your body as you remove a silver dome cover from a serving tray to reveal a light dinner curated from local favorites. A lush linen envelope bears your name in calligraphy, and you open it to find a note from the proprietor that reads, "Welcome to the cave house, a place where mistakes give way to magical surprises. Many come here to stare at the sea and reflect, and as you do, whatever memories are aroused, remember that every moment before now brought you here to what we hope will be the most relaxing stay of a lifetime." A key to the cave house is also nestled within. A key that grants total access to the house for a couple of nights. You take a sip of the welcome drink, and it offers a unique blend of tartness and sweetness, fruitiness and zest. The effervescence awakens your palate as you look at the sunset, feeling the temperature drop slightly. You enjoy the meal before you, savoring each taste and the last orange gold rays of sunlight that are fading fast. Like cotton candy swirls, the clouds take on the hues of coral pink, dusty rose, violet, and crimson. The ocean reflects the gradient of colors in the sky, occasionally interrupting the saturated red hues with dark blue ripples. A movement beyond the inlet catches your attention, and you rise and walk toward the balcony railing. Your hands grip the feathery wood, smoothed by salty air and sunshine, as you realize a humpback whale is breaching the waves. The water glistens in hues of amber and crimson way beyond where the whale's immense body arches gracefully before crashing back down into the sea, sending up a spray of golden droplets. The coolness in the air reminds you of nightfall's arrival. The sconces along the facade of the cave house flicker to life, casting a warm glow on the rugged stone walls. You're not sure how much time passes as you get lost in the performance of this majestic being, finding it hard to believe you both share the same planet. But you know it has been quite some time when the air takes on the slightest nip, and the sky is cast in a felty shade of indigo blue. You grab your bag, eager to explore the inviting interior of the cave house. Stepping inside, you are greeted by a main room and kitchen illuminated by skylights that capture the opal light of the rising moon. The rock walls, timeless and enduring, are shades darker than the polished rock floors. Soft, fuzzy ivory area rugs are spread throughout the open concept space, like clouds wafting through the sky. A crocheted tapestry depicts a vibrant tree of life in rainbow hues, standing in stark contrast to the barren red canyon surrounding it. Upon another wall is a blown-up map of the region from the 1800s, next to a weathered illustration of the cave house, when it was still a modest home to the original owners. There is something so rugged about its earlier incarnations, depicted through time in sepia photos and drawings. Traces of its former years remain in the walls, but modern luxuries and conveniences make the cave house feel more like an eco-friendly palace than a rugged cave. The craftsmanship speaks of patience and care for this spectacular dwelling that was able to evolve and modernize as time permitted. The uniqueness of the cave house is evident in every corner, blending natural elements and human creativity. A spiral glass staircase winds its way down to the main bedroom suites. Raw gemstones are contained in each step, illuminated with lights below. The cave house is solar powered, and climate control is easy within the heavily insulated stone walls. You descend the stairs into the cozy library and reading nook. From here, 3 short hallways veer off and lead to different bedroom suites. Each hall is illuminated by floor lights in a different hue, from rose gold to ivory to aquamarine, emulating the hues of the sand, clouds, and sea outside. Every room also features a unique fireplace or cast iron wood stove. You take the middle hallway that leads to the grandest of the bedrooms and open the heavy round wood door into a creative lair. Moonlight pours through the floor-to-ceiling glass windows, and you discover a hidden balcony that can't be seen from the outside. A waterfall cascades into a soaking rock tub surrounded by pink bougainvillea. A garden of herbs and dozens of orchids shimmer in the moonlight. You open the doors to allow in the night breeze, and the sheer gold curtains billow into the room. The king-sized canopy bed is draped with curtains of the same fabric, adding a touch of ethereal softness to a room made of stone. Opposing the windows is the candle wall, featuring dozens of candles of all shapes and sizes, arranged in nooks and crevices of the cave. The curves and natural features in the stone walls are also utilized to create storage spaces and a closet. You place your bag on a rock shelf and remove your swimsuit to change into it. Once dressed, you wrap yourself in a lightweight robe hanging on a gemstone hook on the back of the door. You step out onto the balcony and come upon a fire pit, prearranged with wood and a starter that you light. The scents of burning wood and sage fill the air, carried on the ocean breeze. The sky deepens into a lush blue, a shade or two brighter than the darkening ocean below. Stars light up the night, sparkling with as much fervor as the twinkling reflections of incoming waves. You settle into the rock tub, appreciating its warmth in contrast to the crisp night air. Mist rises and lands on your cheeks and lips. You carefully scoot over to the waterfall, so it cascades over your scalp, offering a natural massage that eases away the day's tensions. You lean back, letting the water's gentle flow soothe you. The faint whispers of the sea join the rhythmic babble of the waterfall and crackles and pops of burning logs in the fire. You look at the stars and revel in an experience that feels otherworldly, at times primitive, and at times the height of luxury. You imagine what it was like centuries ago, looking out at the blanket of stars and infinite glittering water. And part of you believes the experience is just as awe-inspiring now as it was for the creators of the cave house. During all the years the couple spent building this home, they were privy to the magical scenery forever changing around them from day into night and night into day. And they got to experience it with modest means, camping out beneath the stars, and eventually in the elegance of their completed home. A wave of tiredness makes your head feel heavy, so you rise out of the pool, the water cascading off your body as you take one last look at the vast ocean before you. Moonlight showers the dozens of orchid blossoms in shades of pink, white, yellow, and magenta with a pearly glow, transforming them into a celestial garden. The balcony feels incredibly private and secluded, a perch where you can peer out onto the water without a soul in sight. You look up at the moon, feeling a profound connection to the greatness beyond this balcony, this beach, this planet. You welcome this sense of being part of something vast and eternal. You enter the wood panel enclosed outdoor shower, and you hang your swimsuit to dry on pegs jutting from the cave's facade. You turn on warm water that flows from 3 shower heads, positioned perfectly, and clean off with a bar of eucalyptus soap. You taste the remnants of salt on your lips before it's washed away by fresh shower water. Steam rises, creating a mystical cloud overhead that lingers even after you turn off the faucets. Drying off with a thick towel arranged on a shelf in the cave wall. You cherish the contrast of the steam and cool air. You put on the robe to feel the ocean breeze touch your skin through the breathable fabric as you make your way back to the bedroom. The flames of the fire pit are now small and delicate, yet cast flickering shadows and light that loom many times their size on the cave's exterior. You enter the open glass doors into the suite and take a long wooden match from an antique holder bejeweled with rose quartz and strike it against the wall. You light each wick on the candle wall, and the soft glow of each flickering candle adds to the tranquil ambiance. You grab your journal and favorite pen from your bag, settle into a plush chair, looking out on the orchids and the beach. You open your journal, running your finger across the thick parchment of a new page, and watch as the ink reveals your thoughts in penmanship unique to you. The confessions of the night and the observations put to paper take you into a dreamy trance. Every word written seems to lighten your mental load and soften your heart. As your tired eyes begin to droop, no matter how hard you fight to keep them open. You close the journal to prop it on a rock ledge. You return to the candle wall, and one by one, you put out the candles with a gold snuffer. The act feels almost ceremonious. Each tiny smoke trail becoming the remnants of a wish or hope for the night as it unfolds. You walk across the fluffy ivory rug to the bed, pulling back the lightweight duvet and cool sheets. As you slip into the canopy bed, the cave walls take on a copper luster in the moonlight. The curtains continue to dance with the breeze, reenacting the same carefree lightness that you feel within. You feel so safe, so comfortable, and so ready for slumber. The distant sounds of the ocean whisper through the room as you surrender to the night of comfort available to you, finding bliss, finding serenity, finding sleep. It's time to dream away. Good night.